During World War II, one woman stood out as a fearless force of resistance, earning the nickname the White Mouse because the Nazis simply couldn't catch her. Nancy Wake's story is one of daring escapes, brilliant sabotage, and unbreakable determination. Today, we dive into the life of one of the most remarkable women of WWII, Nancy Wake, the spy, the resistance fighter, and the legend who became the Gestapo's most wanted woman. Nancy's early life. Nancy Grace Augusta Wake was born on August 30th, 1912, in Wellington, New Zealand, and raised in Australia. From a young age, Nancy displayed an independent and rebellious spirit. As the youngest of 6 children, she grew up fiercely determined to carve her own path. In her early 20s, Nancy left Australia to see the world, eventually settling in Paris. She worked as a journalist, interviewing political leaders and witnessing the rise of Adolf Hitler firsthand. Her experiences in pre-war Europe planted the seeds for her future fight against tyranny. When World War II broke out in 1939, Nancy was living in Marseille with her French husband, Henry Fiocca. As the Nazis swept across Europe, Nancy couldn't sit idly by. She joined the French resistance and began using her wit, charm, and courage to fight the occupiers. Nancy quickly became a master of espionage, helping Allied airmen and refugees escape through secret routes to Spain. Her ability to outwit the Gestapo earned her the nickname the White Mouse, but with every success, she climbed higher on the Gestapo's most wanted list, becoming the most wanted woman in Europe. By 1943, Nancy's activities had made her one of the most wanted people in Europe. The Gestapo placed a 5 million franc bounty on her head, dead or alive. Despite the immense danger, Nancy continued her work with unrelenting bravery. Her daring escapes became legendary. On one occasion, she evaded capture by leaping from a moving train. Her quick thinking and fearless attitude made her a nightmare for the Nazis, who found themselves chasing a ghost. Training with the Special Operations Executive. In 1944, Nancy joined the British Special Operations Executive, an elite group of operatives trained for sabotage and guerrilla warfare. She parachuted back into France as a member of the resistance, tasked with organizing and arming local fighters to prepare for D-Day. Despite being one of the few women in a male-dominated field, Nancy proved herself as a fierce leader. She commanded over 7,000 resistance fighters, organizing ambushes, sabotaging German supply lines, and destroying bridges to cripple Nazi operations. Nancy's most daring missions. One of Nancy's most daring missions involved cycling over 300 miles across occupied France in just 72 hours to replace lost radio codes. She braved enemy patrols, exhaustion, and rough terrain to ensure her fighters could continue their mission. Her acts of sabotage were legendary. She personally led attacks on German convoys, blew up bridges, and disrupted communication lines, earning the respect of her comrades and the eternal hatred of the Nazis. The end of the war and heartbreak. With Nancy's help, the French resistance played a critical role in weakening Nazi forces ahead of the Allied invasion of Normandy. When France was finally liberated, Nancy's bravery was celebrated across the country. But Nancy's victory was bittersweet. She learned that her husband, Henry, had been captured and executed by the Nazis for refusing to reveal her whereabouts. Devastated but determined, Nancy vowed to honor his memory by continuing to fight for freedom. Post-war life and legacy. After the war, Nancy was honored with numerous awards, including the George Medal from Britain, the Croix de Guerre from France, and the Medal of Freedom from the United States. Despite her incredible contributions, she often downplayed her heroism, saying she was just doing her duty. She spent her later years living a quieter life, but her story remains one of the most inspiring examples of courage and resilience during World War II. Nancy Wake's story is a testament to the power of determination and the impact one person can make against insurmountable odds. She was a woman who refused to bow to fear, a leader who inspired thousands, and a fighter who left an indelible mark on history. Thank you for joining us in uncovering the incredible life of Nancy Wake. If you found her story inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to keep her legacy alive. Who's another hero from history you'd like us to cover? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next episode of History's Hidden Tales.